Does it feel like you work harder and harder and harder, but it just doesn't seem to be paying off in results? Like with how hard I'm working, I ought to be seeing more. I ought to be accomplishing more. I ought to be getting more progress and achieving more things on my goal list or on my to-do list. Well, I've been there and experienced that. And here's what I'd say to you on that one. What have you accomplished? What have you crossed off your list? What have you gotten done? Effort is required to achieve something that's meaningful. Look at exercise. I can't really say that people like, oh, I loved it leg day. Oh, I hated leg day. When we go to the gym, we do leg day. I could barely walk down the stairs when I was done. I knew tomorrow, day 2 was going to be brutal, right? But I also knew that it was going to make me stronger, healthier. It was a good thing. So we know that in our minds, we know that difficulty is required in order to achieve something of great value. We know that. But oftentimes we don't feel that. And why is that? Well, I think there's 2 things that contribute to this. Number 1 is that social media can make it seem like overnight success. I just started this and it went viral. The problem with viral things is that they fade out fast. Boy, they come on the scene fast and then they fade out fast. The difference between virality, something that just takes right off, and enduring, lasting, sustainable success is that it takes time to build those sustaining successes. It doesn't come overnight. It takes many years of effort. You look at any of the highly successful people, whether they be in Hollywood or business, they didn't get there overnight. It was a process that took years of figuring out what didn't work, what did work, who I should work with, who I shouldn't work with. It's a learning curve. Gosh, if babies could just start walking the moment they're born, wouldn't they love that? But it's a process for them. They have to learn it. They have to figure it out. It's a lot of falling down on their butts. So if you're working harder and harder and harder and you just feel like I'm still behind, just realize that anything of great value requires great effort. And the path that you're on is the same path that highly successful people take as well to achieve their BHAGs, their big, hairy, audacious goals. It's the same path. You're on that same path. And I know this for certain because I interviewed highly successful people across the state of Ohio. I had to limit it to the state of Ohio. Why? Because if I didn't, I'd be interviewing people the rest of my life and I'd never finish the book. I interviewed people, highly successful people you probably would never know. I asked them, I learned from them, what was their path like? And from where they started to where they are now took a good deal of time, but it was worth it. And that's what I want to encourage you with. If you're on that path of pursuing something that has great impact, great value, it's going to take great effort, but it's worth it. And the person you become by the work you're putting in, that is winning at life.